Hi everyone. As promised, I am giving a little lecture on another example of a way to begin part one. So here, this group decided to begin with the history of the ASPCA. And if you remember the last one that we looked at, it started with the anecdote. It started with Dana. And you don't have to start with an anecdote. You can, but you don't have to. So here is another option, another way of writing a strong beginning that actually encompasses also the narrative origin as well. They say, in 1863, America was a land of peril. For animals, workhorses were forced, to haul overloaded carts through the streets. Dog catchers kidnapped pet dogs and held them for ransom, and dogfighting and cockfighting were prevalent forms of entertainment. After Henry Bergh, an American diplomat stationed in Russia, stopped a carriage driver from brutally beating his fallen cart horse, Bergh decided that he would devote his life to saving animals around the world from abuse and maltreatment. On his journey back home, Bergh visited the Royal Society for the Prevention of Animal Cruelty in London, for which he garnered inspiration for his mission. Upon his return to the United States in 1866, at the age of 54, he founded the American Society of the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals in New York City. So this little part is where they sort of reel you in with the history. As it continues, it gets a little more quote-unquote boring or whatever, but not boring, but just like more traditionally written. But if you see, like, the way that this begins, this sentence in 1863, America was a land of perils for animals, right? And workhorses, dog catchers, all this kind of stuff. This is written in a very literary kind of way. And that's one of the things that one of the primary things that you're supposed to get out of this class is to figure out how to use the art of language in order to write a convincing grant. So yes, you need all of the information, you need the mission statement, you need all those pieces in there, but you also want to make sure that there are parts of it that are dynamic and interesting. And other parts of it are a little bit just more cut and dry. So it's a balance between those. Okay, so I think that, okay, I'll just quickly go through just a little bit more just so you see how they laid this out. So they continue with the history. They say in 1873, the ASPCA helped pass the first animal protection law requiring food, water, and exercise for animals during shipping processes. Okay, this is all. Okay, in 1921, 50 years after being founded, the ASPCA received a 15501 nonprofit tax exemption and has since been a 501c3 organization. Okay, so notice they're doing a good job here with this as well, that the organization was started in 1863, doesn't receive 501c3 designation until 1921. Okay, and so this is an extreme example, but again, some of your organizations may have just, when they started, they automatically applied for the 15501, and that's at the inception of the organization they were one. Others, like this, for example, were not originally NPOs. So, it just depends on the narrative, the story, what actually happened in your particular NPO. Let's see. Following this accomplishment, the ASPCA formally began their research and expanded their animal assistance outreach to other areas, including use in animal surgery, dog obedience training classes, and microchipping were all new developments that were helping to create a more inviting world for animals. As of 2017, the organization has rescued and assisted well over 47,000 animals. Okay, so this is still part of the narrative. Okay, so the narrative, you want to have somewhere in it, over here it starts with the narrative origins, and you want it to end in the present, like what they're doing in the present moment, and what has been their most recent project. It doesn't have to be linear. That information just has to be in there. Okay, and so in this particular proposal, the students separated about the ASPCA, made a mission statement section, which you don't have to do. You could if you want to. It's fine. Your mission statement could be like, embedded within the paragraphs here or something like that. It's not necessarily like an entirely separate, section like this. Now, this is great, what these students did, but this is how, it just came out. So I'm just going to read you the mission statement so you get an idea of what that's supposed to sound like. So today, the ASPCA is one of the largest humane societies in the world, striving daily to fulfill its mission of creating a cruelty-free environment for animals in the United States. Our ultimate goal is to have a nation free of animal cruelty, which still has no end in sight today. Our objective is to protect animals from abuse, neglect, and maltreatment by providing them with safe, temporary, and permanent living conditions. Since its establishment, the organization has facilitated, okay, this is all statistics, which is great. So the main part of the mission statement is over here, right, where they articulate like what exactly why this organization exists, and then here they include all of this this data to sort of elaborate on their mission statement. And so I want you to remember that the mission statement is not simply a sentence like a quote-unquote thesis statement. A mission statement is often a paragraph long, could be 2 paragraphs long, could be whatever. But it's definitely not one sentence. You want to convey the goals, and also the philosophy behind this organization. Why does it exist, and what is it providing for the community? Okay, so I'm going to stop rambling because 8 minutes is probably longer than most of you will even have gotten through. So if you have, give yourself a clap right now, and let me give you a secret code. If you got this far, let's see. When class starts either on Monday or Wednesday, say the secret word is, I clearly didn't think of this until right now. Rumpelstiltskin. That's it. Okay. If you didn't get this far, don't worry. That's fine. But you also wouldn't know that because you didn't listen to this part. Okay. I'm going to stop. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you all in class.